Today's AskReddit post. What popular consumer product is actually a giant ripoff? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Many luxury skincare products have markups based on brand reputation rather than effectiveness, with similar ingredients as much cheaper products. My 11-year-old cousin asked for thousands of dollars of skincare products this last Christmas, and even a mini refrigerator for her bedroom to keep them in. And the thing with those is, it's not like you can keep using them. You have to keep buying more every time they run out. I use a basic retinol serum and moisturizer and that's it. I know some people need more specialized products, but still, I have no idea which TikTok influencer is responsible for convincing an 11-year-old she needed all that poop. Fuck Ticketmaster. How the hell does their electronic ticket require a 15% service fee? Insane that they are charging me to print my own ticket. I live next to a venue. It is cheaper for me to go to the ticket window and have an employee process my transaction and print me a physical ticket than it is to purchase online and use the app. How? Herbalife. Nutrition shops. Those shakes are just Herbalife. I once didn't know what Herbalife was and almost bought into the great stories. Immediately noped out of there when the sales guy told me to phone some friends and family on the spot so I could sell to them and become a backquote member too. NFTs was probably the funniest thing I've ever witnessed. I've been hacked. All my apes gone. Will live in my brain for the rest of my life. Seth Green started developing a TV show starring his NFT ape. It got stolen, so he no longer had the rights to the character. He eventually paid the $300,000 ransom fee to get the NFT back. Kitchen sinks. There are a lot of sinks that cost $1,000 or even more. It's a ducking metal bowl with a hole in it. They cost less than $100 to manufacture in China and ship it halfway across the world. But high-end companies upcharge these things 10x the price. Source: used to work for a company that bought these sinks for $90 a pop shipped to us, and we were selling them for $1,000. Edit: since a lot of people are mentioning these must be American prices, let me clarify. You can get a sink for a couple $100 at Home Depot or some big box store. These are the luxury sinks you can buy at higher end retailers. Their argument is a stainless is thicker, so it's more durable. Never heard of a sink breaking, but people are gullible. Fabric softener. Every authority I've seen agrees that it's bad for your clothes and your washer. It makes towels softer, but crucially less absorbent. The one thing you want a towel to be. Something about those ridiculously rough but thin towels in mid-price and cheaper hotels has always made them the best for me. They are very absorbent for their weight and exfoliate like mad, yet I've never been able to find them for purchase. Dr. Dre does not have a degree in headphones. Any compression sleeves with copper or magnets in them. The compression is fine, but the copper or magnets do nothing. Hey now. The copper doesn't do nothing. It stains my skin green. My dad would wear copper bracelets. When I was in kindergarten, I noticed his wrist was green and exclaimed so very sincerely. He told me his alien skin was showing and I was half alien and that I shouldn't tell my mom. I thought I was half alien for a while during my childhood. Thanks, Dad. Nice sets with like 10 different poopty knives in a decorative holder. Just buy one or two nice ones and take good care of them. You don't need a special one for every different kind of food. 1. Chef's knife, default for the vast majority of prep. 2. Bread knife, serrations are useful for many things. 3. Paring knife, really all you need to get started for most cuisines. Specialty knives should come later in the process, after you've discovered the need for one. Edit, share your faves. Diamonds. They are not super rare. It's all a marketing ploy to get your money. And lab grown diamonds are just as good if not better quality. And there are plenty of other stones that are just as pretty in a variety of colors and can be cheaper than diamonds. Diamonds are classic, but there are so many other options. Magic erasers. Go on Amazon and search for melamine sponges. They're super cheap and the exact same thing. Yeah, in bulk they are like 10 cents per sponge. Celebrity endorsed everything. The company should spend their money making products better instead of the endorsement. Hey, my George Foreman grill is still awesome. Can't say the same for this Thigh Master. I love that George Foreman made significantly more money from his grills than he did as a heavyweight prize fighter. Also, for those who don't know, look up the names of his children. Timeshares. If you go to real estate buy/sell websites in an area where timeshares exist and sort the search from lowest to highest priced properties, you'll see a bunch of timeshares listed for $0. That is because a lot of people regretted buying them, but are stuck in a nearly impossible to get out of contract which requires them to pay crazy high maintenance and other fees every year. They are so high that you are better off renting a hotel room in the area every year for the same amount of time as you are allowed to stay in your timeshare. They are a scam and should be outlawed, or at least people who buy them should be able to get out of contract by officially abandoning them. I've never understood what a timeshare even is. Designer eyeglasses. Luxottica is a monopoly that controls most of the market and commands a premium for cheap plastic glasses. Telescope enthusiast here. The scopes you see on a shelf in a store are almost exclusively garbage. Research it a little and buy online. Do not buy that scope you saw at Costco. If you really want one of those crappy scopes, go on FB Marketplace and you'll find people basically giving them away. And for good reason. Head-on apply directly to the forehead. I loved that stuff. Myself and 3 colleagues were hooked. We've used Tiger Balm since then. Peppermint oil. None were as good. I soak cottontails in the minty green rubbing alcohol and put them in the freezer. I assume it's one of those in the head-on, but somehow that crap worked for us. Most warranties and product protection plans, especially if the product comes with a year warranty from the manufacturer. I used to get the product replacement plan on consoles at GameStop, until they recently changed the plan from getting a brand new console to getting a used one. And when I say used, I don't mean refurbished, I mean they went into the back and gave me one that somebody else recently traded in. I triple checked that the one they gave me was okay before I left the store, but when they asked me if I wanted to pay the $40 for a replacement plan on the used one they just gave me, I told them next time I have an issue with my console I'll just buy a brand new one, and it won't be from here. Printer ink cartridges. Companies charge insane markups and use shady tricks to make you buy more. Total scam considering how cheap the actual ink costs to produce. That's why you buy a laser printer and buy third-party toners. That's why you print your stuff at the office's printer. Any Detox products. They're all scams. Every single one. You have 2 things that are fantastic at detoxing your body: your kidneys and liver. Detox products are great for cleaning out your wallet and that's it. Doesn't matter if it's a drink, pills, pads for your feet, etc. Do not buy these. Save your money. But how else will I clean the toxins out of my intestines if I can put stickers on my feet? Graphing calculators. Why the duck are they still $130 to $150? Keurig / K-Cups. Even the guy, Keurig, regretted inventing it from an ecological standpoint, not a financial one. Close bracket. They are making a new machine that doesn't use plastic pods. It's still a pod, but with some kind of biodegradable film. Hope it works out. TurboTax. Came here to say this. Use Free Tax USA instead. I was a foreigner working in the US a few years back. I went to H&R Block for my first year tax filing. Got like $3,000 refund. Next year I went with Free Tax USA and pretty much they let me do it myself. And that year, with the exact same amount of money I made, I got my refund doubled. Now that I'm back in my own country, I still receive newsletters from them. Great website. Any product with the label wedding, such as wedding dresses, cakes, and decorations, often have a higher price simply because of the association with weddings. It's the same with babies. Obviously there are some things that you really need that are baby specific. Clothes, diapers, but there's so much marketing in a lot of baby/kids products to make the parent feel like they have to get the best for their child. Bottled water. Produced for a couple of cents. Sold for a couple of dollars. Supported by water rights that should not be in the possession of private companies. Fuck Nestle. R/Duck Nestle. Cable television. It's like 40% commercials. So you spend a pretty penny for all these channels, but the amount of ads is just defeating. What a joke. Way back when it was new, you paid for it because it didn't have ads. That didn't last long. And now we are seeing the exact same poop happen with streaming services. Prescription glasses frames. Outrageous monopoly. Hair removal wax. Bastards intentionally design it to be a rip-off. Well done. Emergency. Airborne. Stuff like that. I don't care if it was designed by a school teacher. There's still a reason why it's a dietary supplement and its claims haven't been evaluated by the FDA. Also, no offense to school teachers, but designed by a school teacher isn't really what I'd look for in health supplements. No hate. Both of my parents are school teachers. I'm a US vet. But when I see a business that advertises that it's veteran owned and they sell furniture, I think, did they learn carpentry skills while on active duty? Fabric softener. Never realized how nasty it was until I stopped using it. My kids don't get rashes on their chest and back now, and my clothes feel a lot softer. I got a pack of wool balls and toss a few in with each load and they get the job done so much better. When I was in my early 20s, girls would regularly compliment me on my clothes and stuff smelling like fabric softener. Looking back, it was probably more related to the fact I was doing laundry more regularly than most dudes my age than the smell. I don't know. I still like the way it smells. My wife is allergic, so I don't use it anymore. Tylenol PM. You can save 75% by just buying Benadryl. Diphenhydramine. Don't take too much. You'll see the Hatman in your dreams. Bottled water. In regions where tap water is safe and clean, is a huge ripoff considering it's thousands of times more expensive per liter than water from your faucet. DoorDash is pretty ducked up. I paid $30 for a sub sandwich today. Edit. I don't have a vehicle at the moment, and I work from home. My hunger got the best of me. I only order Chinese takeout from my local place because they still employ delivery drivers. Old school place. Counter. Kid in the corner doing homework. 4 chairs that I think they stole from a local office. Best goddamned muguge pan. Slimming pills. Want a dog to lose weight? Feed it less and give more exercise. Want a hamster to lose weight? Feed it less and give it more exercise. Want a human to lose weight? Magic shakes and pills. Now I just need someone to feed me less and exercise me more. I'm not doing that poop voluntarily. Huge pickup trucks that are used as commuter cars and never for their intended purpose. I live in fucking Newport Beach, CA. The amount of people with souped up pickup trucks that have never seen a single day of hauling anything is unreal. You can guarantee they have a car payment of at least $750 MO. Swiffer anything. 1 or 2 swipes. Then they just push the dust around. Toss the pad and it's in the landfill forever. They are not biodegradable. Better off getting a microfiber duster that works much better and can be washed and reused many dozens of times. I bought the Swiffer sweeper and just tuck a damp microfiber cloth around it instead of the Swiffer cloth. The base product is fine. Video game controllers. They used to build them almost indestructible, but now they all have a broken button or joystick after less than a year of normal usage and the occasional drop on the floor. Something that just 10 to 15 years ago would be more likely to damage your floor than the controller. I have PS1 controllers that I'm pretty sure I could kill a water buffalo with, and I still could duck Sweet Tooth's poop up and twisted metal afterwards. LMAO. Great game. Wow, water buffalo. Stanley cups and Yeti coolers. They aren't junk, but definitely not worth the fab pricing. Pre-packaged food like Lunchables and pre-made sandwiches and such. The money one spends in a 5-day work/school week would be much better put towards ingredients to make your own. It might be more convenient to grab a package and go, but with a bit of time and effort not only is it cheaper than buying the packaged food, but you can fix it to your liking, and Lunchables have lead in them. Paying extra to be able to play the game days early. What a bullpoop. Just ignore the extra days and assume the true release date and you are okay. Wanna ignore the spoiler? Then don't watch YouTube video about the game. Wait for the GOTY edition. This huge trend of spending lots of money on skincare. There are very few active ingredients that have a visible effect on skin and they can be bought very cheaply. Most skincare is actually a scam. Also most supplements don't actually do anything. Was stupid this weekend and ended up sunburned. So I've been moisturizing like mad, and aside from being red, my skin looks amazing. Moisturizing is no joke. Food. A couple hours later, and it's literal poop. Health insurance. That's not a popular consumer pro. Yes it is. And that's part of why it's so ducking dumb that it's private, and we just live with it being a ripoff. There's no reason to buy brand name drugs. Tylenol doesn't work any better than generic acetaminophen, but it sure as hell costs twice as much. Same thing with Advil, ibuprofen, Pepto-Bismol, bismuth subsalicylate, Claritin, Loratadine, and many more. As long as you buy the same dosage, it's gonna work the same. I'm going to say yes and no. What you don't realize is that most of these products have secondary products inside them to deliver the medicine. So generic acetaminophen can be made with secondary products that can cause an allergic reaction compared to say Tylenol. Same thing with Motrin and any other brand named products. For the general population, you're absolutely correct. But for people like my wife, where Motrin can be taken with adverse effects, but the moment she takes generic ibuprofen, she immediately has an asthma attack. Home warranties. They are nothing but a rip-off. You will get far better results for anything that needs fixed with a rando off of Google. Laundry scent beads. They ruin your washing machine and can easily be replaced by spraying some scented water on them after they dry for way cheaper. Also, washing detergents are typically sold concentrated, yet they recommend that you pour way more than needed. Your average wash only needs about a TDSP of detergent. Pre-cut fruit. It's usually not fresh and is so overpriced. This is one of those things I'm actually okay with paying more for less. If I buy a whole watermelon, the odds of me taking the time to cut it up and eat it when I'm hungry instead, if just grabbing a box of crackers instead, are pretty low. But if I have it already cut, game on. I'm basically paying for my laziness and desire to eat fruit. Internet service. Can't live without it these days. And in many places, including where I live, it's a monopoly. I have no choice of providers, and they can charge me whatever the hell they want to. No government regulation at all. And these duckers spend big money on lobbying and campaign contributions to keep things that way. Not exactly a consumer product, but certain expiration dates are super dumb. They expire just so that the company can make sure that people buy more of those products. My 10 million year-old salt expires next month. LMAO, my glass syringe with no liquid in it at the lab I work in, expires after 2 years. I watched a 2-hour video on the dead internet theory and lost my faith in democracy over it. So like Google, I guess. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.